Feel my senorita, you should be her. Buenos dias, clean up, bitch, press with side beamers. I'm on property duel, sit with the visa. My niggas Ninja Turtles, call me Martrice Sensei, knock him over, and then get out.
Hey, welcome to Ghetto Poet Podcast Radio. I'm your host with the most, I'm Bella Martrice. San Francisco, born and raised. For those who don't know me, for everybody that is just tuning in to me, hello, I'm the bad guy. No, I'm just playing. I'm a good girl. And this is my podcast radio show, and what we're going to be doing is tuning in every Monday from 4 to 6. I'm live at Edge Studios right now, over here with Paul. Say hi, Paul.
Hello.
So he's going to be my co-host for this evening. So thank you guys for tuning in. You know, share the podcast. You know, I'm across multi-platforms. You know what I'm saying? So share it. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be doing everything. We're going to be doing the most. We're going to be talking about the good, the bad, the ugly. We're also going to be hooking up with other poets, podcasts, musicians. And I'm a little nervous, so you're going to have to give me a little patience. You feel me? So, what you was going to say, Paul?
So I was going to say, I'm really excited to see some of the artists that you're going to have coming on your show.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, boom. So, one of the first people we have, if they're not busy, is Tongo. He's the poet laureate of San Francisco. And also, we're going to have Cordon Concepts. He's another dope-ass poet from Antioch. He's a poet laureate of Antioch. Let's see. We're going to have Duck Soup, which is another podcast that's like artists, cartoonists. We're going to have Poor Magazine on. We're going to have Soiree. I want to get So Vicious up in here. She hella dope. She from San Francisco. Have you heard of her?
No, I've not.
Okay. You know that song, Don't Give Me No Bama Weed.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Okay, so they have a, what's it called? A manager. His name is, I can't remember his name. But I'm a little nervous.
It's okay.
But anyway, so he manages them and he manages So Vicious, and he doing such a good job.
Right.
Shout out to So Vicious. She from the Point, you know, from Fillmore. So it's hella dope to see her, you know what I'm saying, like really doing her thing out there in the music industry.
Right on. You look very beautiful. I love all the colors. Even when you close your eyes, you look beautiful with those colors going on in your eyes. It's all about the color that's going on. You are your artists kind of weave a crazy tapestry of colors going on here.
Absolutely, because you should hear this one song that me and my cousin made. He makes cupcakes too.
Okay, so you had me at cupcakes.
Right, and his name is P.O.P.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna love him when he come down here.
All right.
You know, I got dog breeders, you name it, I got it. So like, I'm just gonna like do my thing or whatever and give people a platform to where they could come, share their art, share their stories on how they got to be artists, their struggles. Because I feel like a lot of the time people want to tell the beautiful part, but they don't want to tell the ugly part or the inspirational part. For me, I'm looking for the artistic part, like the beautiful part, the triumph.
Right.
I want to hear the tragedy. I want to hear like how you got there. I want to be able also to utilize those type of skills. Because I feel like young people now, they just be like, oh my God, I'm just going to be successful tomorrow, which they can.
Yeah, I mean, with the invention of the internet, I know I'm an old timer, but with the invention of the internet and things like YouTube, look at Justin Bieber's a multimillionaire becoming a trillionaire, and he was discovered by Usher on YouTube.
I mean,
because it can happen.
It's everywhere, and that's what, for me, I really want to tap into the disenfranchised people that really don't get to tell their stories, you know? Because I'm one of them people.
There's a lot of talent out there that doesn't get the opportunity of either stage time or they don't get booked, or maybe they're a little in their head and they haven't shared their gift with the world. And so it's nice to be able to see a diamond in the rough, so to speak.
Right, and I think, like, for me, I was a trained journalist.
Right.
So therefore, it's like, for me, it's about facts. But when I come here, also, another thing that I also want to do is not bring about controversy. My thing is to disrupt controversy. Because I feel like us as all humans on earth right now is like we all trying to overcome things. We're all trying to live let live. Well, some of us trying to destroy, and that's not my objective. My thing is to let people be able to be human and have a nurturing environment where they can just naturally be themselves, opposed to trying to like go with the status quo.
One of the things I try to let people know is they can express themselves freely and positively here at Edge Studios. And as an artist, you have to almost teach yourself how to do these things, right? And so I know that we have viewership on multiple formats. You guys can always chime in on the comment section down below. You can check us out. You can check out Miss Bella Martrice on Ghetto Poet 415 on Twitch. On YouTube, it's Bella Martrice. Martrice Candler on Facebook, and Ghetto's Poet on Africa TV. So all you have to do is go down in the comment section if you have a question or if you want to make a comment. We will be glad to address it. So this is your inaugural show. This is your first show. It's just you and me. It won't always be like this.
No.
It will be a kind of a madhouse in here. You'll usually have multiple artists going on.
Yeah, and just like multiple people that deal, you know what I'm saying, with multiple things on different levels. Like I just was on, oh my God, and I cannot remember the name of it. But, you know, it's like I'm on like a Roku channel right now.
Okay.
So I'm going to bring out my folks. Her name is Dizzy. She's from East Oakland. And it's like I just have so many things. I got Pop, Walk, and Drop. Do you know Nate Day?
No.
You don't know the Weirdo Gang?
No.
Oh my God. But it's like, you know, DJ Eagle. I'm going to invite him on. Like, he's a DJ from Oakland.
Okay.
So, one of the previous executive directors from Youth in Mind. Oh, have you ever heard of MacArthur Mays? Like, I'm going to have, like, some dope people come.
Okay. No, the exciting thing is you're going to be introducing to me to a whole new world of artists.
And not just artists, just people in general that, you know what I'm saying, contribute to the community. Like we're going to have one part that's going to be like the community calendar. Like right now, Section 8 has an opening. Like you know, I'm from San Francisco. Like when it comes down to it, it's like housing, like we're in a housing crisis. And not only that, it's like people are really homeless out here and they don't have the money to, you know, sustain their lives. So therefore, I want to open up people to be able to email me resources, because that's what Community Spotlight is also about. It's about sharing resources, not just being like, oh, okay, this poppin' person having this show, you about to give me $50 to post it. No, you're not. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have things that are in place where people can elevate themselves. That's like my biggest objective is for this to be a place where people could really come and share resources and network with each other and make some money and take us about the struggle.
Like I know today that you're featuring 3 different things on your community calendar.
Right.
One is for housing.
Yeah.
One is an event for fathers.
Oh yeah, shout out to that.
All right.
I'm performing there.
And there you go. And then there's another event with comedians and stuff with Jerry Law.
Yeah, Jerry Law.
So you're reaching out to our community and spreading the love and trying to pay it forward to other people that should be doing it, because they're doing the positive thing by trying to support their communities. And so in turn you're supporting them.
No, absolutely. And then too, it's like I'm not one of people that look for support back. I mean, there's sometimes I'll be bitter. I'll be like, oh, they couldn't even share my stuff. But then I'll be like, take yourself up out of it. You did that organically. Like, I wasn't looking for that. So therefore, you didn't like my stuff. I don't want you to post my stuff if you didn't want to.
Right.
I would rather you not post if you don't want to.
Right.
So therefore, you feel me?
So, there's probably a lot of people in your past that you want to thank for giving you the opportunity to do what you did too, right?
Oh my God. Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
Michael Cotton, Telly 510, that's what his name is on Instagram. So who I'm talking about, Telly 510, he actually recorded Niner Gang.
okay,
And
there you go.
we had submitted it. I've talked about this a few times. We had submitted it to the Cameo contest and everything. And Dope Era shout out to Dope Era. They shot the video, and Cameo turned down the song, whatever. But Michael Cotton, like me and him, had went right down to San Francisco to the Cameo, and they told me the song wasn't commercial enough. And guess what? Me and Michael Cotton, shout out East Oakland, had went right back to a studio and we recorded Sucker Ducking, and that went on to the cameo contest.
Which is what you guys hear playing underneath us right now.
Right. So therefore, it's like, you know, my community, like Dope Era, they always supported me. If you look on Unsung Fathers, they're one of the sponsors. If you look at the Black Panthers the self-help hunger program, I don't want to say it wrong, but wine part of it, so you feel me?
Right.
You know, that's on there. So it's like, it's always, I know Jerry Law from East Oakland, you know what I'm saying? And that's I'm pretty sure, I don't want to say that and just be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's at Mr. Fab's. You could bring it up.
Yes, I will bring it up. So here, I'm going to pause a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I want to make sure everything's right.
So we're going to bring up your community calendar.
Woohoo, that's so cute, ain't it?
All right, and so let's see here.
Oh, it's at Club Desi's. Boom.
There you go. We're going to bring this up. Let's go here.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right, this is all part of the community calendar. Jerry Law. And the date on that is going to be... I am looking. Where's the date?
2, 1, 0.
61st Avalon.
There you go.
And then y'all need to apply for Section 8. The application is due June 28th, 2018.
There you go. And there's the community calendar.
And if you would like to submit to the community calendar, you can email me at
You were going to do it anyway.
I know.
Nobody does www anymore. You can just say that.
Right. At Ghetto Poet, GhettoPoet 415 at gmail.com. But make sure you do it early on, like early as possible, so I can send it to my producer so that we can get it posted on our community calendar.
That's right. We ask for a week in advance to your event so that we can post it on there and we can give you the proper shout out. Please include all the facts in your email. If it's not on a flyer, we always ask for a graphic. That's always a nice thing to have. But again, they should send you that email to, what was it again?
GhettoPoet415 at gmail.com.
There you go, right on. And you can watch us live. You can watch us live again on Ghetto Poet 415 on Twitch, as well as Bella Martrice on YouTube. And you just smiling and having a good time. Martrice Candler on Facebook and Ghetto's Poet on Africa TV.
Absolutely.
So, tell me some other stuff that you have planned for us.
Oh my God, it's so much I can't think. Oh, okay, boom. So anyway, well, I didn't talk to you about this yet.
Okay.
But it's going to be called Hotline Bling.
Okay.
Because we have a hotline.
Yes, we do.
So boom. So what it's going to be is like community, people that want to be involved or whatever, you can email me. So it'll be a way for people to promote, you know what I'm saying? Let's say, for example, their events. They'll be like, okay, I have this event coming up. So what they'll do is they'll shout out the show. They'll be like, you know, they got to make a video.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, yeah, you know, I rock with Ghetto Poet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Radio, podcast. And then they'll show what it is that, you know, they sell, or maybe an event. Like, I'm not sure. And then what they'll do is they'll give me like a free ticket to the event. So boom. So let's say caller number 10 gets a free ticket, or
To that event. There
to
you
that
go.
event and stuff like that. So they'll have people sharing our content, you know, and we'll also be.
Well, that's good. And also, if they sent you
Interactive.
another ticket, you could go and check out the event.
Oh yeah, I didn't think.
Yeah,
about
you can even do something live there.
that. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's hella dope. Duh.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So it's funny. So this kind of started on a journey with us about a year ago. It started off as you being a guest on another show, us having conversations about the industry and music and production and stuff like that. And then I reached out to you about a month ago and asked you, hey, do you know anybody who wants to express themselves? And you're like, well, let me think about this. And it must have been all of about 10, 15 minutes before I got a text back and saying, I know the perfect person. And it was you.
I'm such a dork. So, no, I am. I'm an honest dork. Because I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm like forwarding it to my folks. I'm like, I think this person would be good. I think. And I'm like, that's my damn problem. Some people are really genuinely like dope like that to where they're like, oh, I think this person has the capacity to do this. And they're perfect for it. And they're like, we was up in the shoe store. Remember, baby? And then, and I was like, why don't I do it? I literally got mad at myself.
Right.
Yeah.
But were you mad because you just wanted to, you were thinking of others first? Is that why you were mad?
Yeah. I need to be more selfish.
You need to be more selfish, man.
Yeah, I do.
There you go. And a lot of people have a problem saying no or thinking of themselves first.
I will sing no. I'll be like, no, 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 no.
So you have no problem saying no to people. I have a problem saying no to people. I'll be like,
no, 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 no. I will, we could do Bobby Brown, no. I'm not tripping. We gonna know it. I will be like, no, thank you. That's a good way to say no. When you say no, thank you, it makes it.
It's like a spoonful of little sugar. It helps it go down a little bit easier.
Yeah. I guess so.
Okay. There you go. So, okay. So we have some really collective things that you have coming up with some different artists. We have a phone line thing going on. We have your community calendar. Now, do you have some events coming up yourself?
Yeah, I'm about to be at the Unsung Fathers
There you go.
event. So I'm going to be performing there. What? Oh.
Oh, no, I'm just giving you some direction, my dear.
Okay, thank you.
So you're going to be at the Unsung Fathers event. What is that? What day is that again? I want to say it's June 23rd.
June 23rd, absolutely. That, you know what you...
There you go.
Yeah.
So June 23rd, where is that going to be at?
That's going to be at... Come on, man. Just put it on the screen. I don't remember all the numbers. I don't. I'm not good with stuff like that.
Okay.
I remembered the date, you know, but I'm one of them people, I keep 100. Like, I don't remember all them dates. You get to ask me about numbers. I'll be like, ugh.
That's funny. I can't even control
don't worry about it.
I can't even control my own screen. Okay, so you're going to be at that Unsung Fathers event.
Yeah, that's going to be a really great, you know what I'm saying, like, event. Because it's about, you know, honoring the unsung fathers. The unsung black fathers.
Honoring the Unsung Fathers. Free entrance. It's on June 23rd from 12 to 7, 61st Street at Adeline. There in Oakland? Berkeley, thank you. Didn't even have a city on this thing. Let me see here. Again, it's for resources for fathers, vendors. There's a skating area, and it's going to be you with other artists there, including Dope Era Magazine.
Dope Era Magazine.
There you go. There's a children's tent, food trucks, a bouncy house. There's a weight limit on the bouncy house. I'm guessing
Really?
I can't go in there.
I think it's for kids.
You think it's for kids?
A bunch of kids.
Oh.
One adult.
So, again, it's on June 23rd from 12 to 7 at 61st and Adeline in Berkeley. Check it out. There you go. And it is a Black History event. That's all I know. There we go. All right, cool. Glad we have it there.
You know who I'm about to bring on here?
Who?
Nah, I ain't gonna tell you. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how do you get the people you want to share on your community calendar? Is it you reaching out to people, or you looking at what people are doing?
Like, I reached out to Grassroots Poetry. Shout out to Grassroots Poetry and people that I know that have events, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But for them, I told them to email me their events to Ghetto Poet 415@gmail.com.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you're reaching out to through all your socials and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've been talking to a lot of people.
There you go. Do you know who you're going to have on next week? I know. I threw you a curveball, didn't I?
No, that's fine because it ain't none of your business.
Oh, is that how it is?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna be a surprise. You ain't gonna tell me.
No.
Not until the last minute.
No, I'm gonna email you the.
Oh, you're gonna email me everything, so I won't even know. So it will be like, okay. So we're keeping that hush hush on what's going on. All right. And then you have that Unsung Fathers event.
On Sunday.
It's on Sunday. Yeah. I was going to say, what is June 23rd? It is a Sunday. You're here in the city now, doing what you're doing.
I love this. Well, this is my city.
It is your city. This is
I was born and raised here.
This is home for you.
Absolutely.
But now you out of here. But you're not in the city. You're not staying in the city. Is it different?
Yeah, I don't want to stay here.
You don't want to stay here.
No.
Why? Why is it? Because
it's too cold. I don't feel like the city's safe.
Not safe anymore.
Well, it never been safe.
Never been safe.
No.
I heard that.
That's the truth.
It is in a lot of ways. It isn't true. It is true. They try to do different things to keep us safe, but I don't know. I was reading something about a year ago about the police android dogs that they're sending in.
Oh no!
They're sending digital dogs in, or like bomb sniffing. It's not a real dog; it's a robot dog.
I've seen. Have you ever watched Black Mirror?
Yeah.
You watched it?
Is it the Boston Dynamics, the exact same model, like the kind of beep, 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 beep. They just don't have the gun on them yet.
Yeah, and so they're talking about.
They probably got more rights than us black people.
There's the one in Oakland now does have gun. It does have a gun. Yeah, that's a little scary.
Well, and that shows you the difference between a black population and socioeconomic status, depending where you at. Because I'm sure it's not in certain areas in Oakland. It's in impoverished. It's in the ghetto. It's not going to be in upper white.
The scary thing is, wasn't it just a few years ago during the pandemic they had the little robots that were delivering food and they still couldn't deliver them to the right doors? Yeah, people like stealing the food out of the little robots that would go down the street for
Where was that at? Yeah. No, we're live.
We're live. Yes. Yeah, I'm glad you've been paying attention for 22 minutes, but no, that is not. Ours were the only ones on right now.
About the mini robots, though, I had a good conversation. If I can say this off mic or whatever. Hello, check, test. So I was walking in Santa Monica, and those little robot cars were coming up behind me in a family, doing the little tourist thing. And the family, they're all like, "Oh, these little robots, they're so cute." Mm-hmm. And I just looked at the dad, and I'm just like, "That's a delivery man's job right now." Like that robot just took. Like,
and too, later on, I want to get into that because there's a lot of. We was in a grocery store, and my grandmother, she owns a janitorial business still to this day in San Francisco.
Okay.
That's been here before I was born, the janitorial business.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, they have these, these big old, sweeper machines. That's basically, like the street sweepers.
Right. For like the carpets and stuff. Or for
no.
Linoleum.
I'm not sure, but the thing is, that's taking away people's jobs. That's really taking away a lot of industries for people who have provided for their families and stuff like that. And it's just corporate greed. I'm not into corporate greed.
Right. And so that would be
a good topic.
Right, AI in general.
Yeah, and even then it's like, but then you think about struggling businesses that it will help. I feel like everything has a double-edged sword.
Right, like some of it, like I love technology, I love AI, but I also scares the living out of me.
Right.
It really does, because as an artist, they can capture some of our essence, but they can't really get the core of it. And so, I'm glad they can't get the core of it, but it's not that far away. So when we're looking at things like the robot dog, that's the police dog.
No, I'm about to send you a video. You're gonna be like, if you see one, it's gonna scare you.
Yeah. Yeah, they were talking about sending them in to like do bomb sniffing and all this and whatever, and go like deal with bombs and stuff. I'd rather send a robot dog in to check a bomb than a real dog.
Yeah, I wouldn't go check a bomb.
Right.
I can understand if like the bomb disposes stuff, but my problem comes from like day-to-day policing, because even Manhattan was testing like a robot cop to like beep beep beep. Did you check your ticket today? And it's like fuck that shit.
that they had up in New York. Then I would the Robot Dog.
Right.
Because that was the first place I think that actually had the first pit bull. He looked it all proud in his police suit. What they gave that dog?
But I know
Another
you.
one.
But I know you like AI though, because you play with AI art.
No, I'm broke. I'd rather pay people to do it. But, you know what I'm saying? Like real artists. But if I could do it myself, it's not that I like it. It's a default.
Right.
Opposed to me paying somebody or me. Because I would rather pay, let's say I got a homeboy, Telly 510. You know, he makes art, but he's a very hardworking man. So therefore, I'd rather learn than ask somebody I'm really close to do something for me or cough up money that I could be investing in other areas of my life.
So you're using it as, I don't want to say a shortcut, but as a
Absolutely.
cheap means of
No,
labor.
it's a short. Yeah, exactly. It's a shortcut. But I mean, you know, I'm a single mother.
but because you're trying to
come up.
You're trying to come up
Yeah.
and you're trying to express yourself, and there's certain things that don't need all that money investment. It's really all about you and your personality you're trying to get out there, really.
Exactly. And then too, with those type of but that's where Ghetto Poet comes in, is that once again taking the artists and putting them in a, you know, a way to where they could get out there, talk about their art, show their art, you know, do things like that. So therefore, it's not like I'm just taking, but it is I'm investing so that I won't have to do that.
Right.
Because I would rather empower the artists.
All right. I'm going to see if anybody has any questions, but we're just going to keep going. But I'm going to check to see if you guys have anything to say. Thank you for viewership on 1, 2, 3, 4 different platforms. Wow. We love you guys. So I'm going to see if we have any questions. Feel free to put anything in the comments section and we will read it. At least we'll read it to ourselves, and we may even read it out loud, depending on what you guys are out there saying.
You know, it's hella funny. I was thinking to myself, my folks are hella funny, so nah.
You never know what they're going to say?
Nah, they always respectful and kind.
Oh, well, there you go. But it's okay. We can always look at things before we put them out there and publish them. But you guys feel free to go ahead and chime in. We are here on Ghetto Poet. And again, is it Ghetto Poet 415@gmail.com?
Absolutely.
There you go. So you guys can give us requests. You can tell us what's happening in your world. Or you can be on that community calendar. But all roads lead back to Ghetto Poet 415@gmail.com.
And also any artists, not just like, you know, everybody think when they think of art, when you say artists especially, they think about, you know, like audio. I'm talking about artists like Shantae. She's a woman that I know, a beautiful woman, and she's, you know, like she does, what is it called when you dress up at the comedy? Not comedy, but the Comic-Cons and stuff like that?
Cosplay.
Yeah,
Cosplay. Like she does some dope cosplay, but she
Okay.
also does art, like she's a painter, you know?
Okay.
And she's part of Duck Soup. Then one of my folks, his name is Roz, and he's a DJ, you know, Age or whatever. I think he does like cartoons and he does beats and all that kind of stuff.
How old is Roz? He sounds familiar.
You know, Roz the DJ?
I fucking might.
You might, I don't know everybody
Does that
age.
sound like cartoonist DJ, Roz?
And then there's Jay Fetty, you know what I'm saying? Like, so who else am I missing?
Who? You looking
He
at me?
threw
like-
me off.
Did he?
Yeah. So what is her name? Oh my god, he totally threw me off. You gotta think I be kind of nervous too.
Oh, it's all right.
So anyway, no, but I gotta think of her name because she my folks. Oh my god. It totally, and she's gonna kill me. She's gonna be like, Martrice, you forgot my name.
Right. That's funny.
But when you're live or whatever, I mean, that's
Yeah, sometimes things happen. Things happen. So
Dynasty.
Dynasty.
Yeah, she makes beats. She from West Oakland.
Okay. There you
So
go.
therefore, it's like them type of people gonna have come through and stuff like that, and so we about done.
Almost. Not really. These guys are leaving while we can talk. We're just gonna keep going.
Well, that was annoying, but I mean, we here, so therefore
We are.
anybody,
We are here. So you're also giving people a platform to come express themselves. What are you hoping for your guests to come do?
Said it again.
What are you hoping for your guests to come through and do? You want to make sure people know about what you're doing and the message you're trying to put out there in the world.
I just think about being real. It's like I know recently I was talking to like a group of people, and something that a lot of artists don't talk about is like being a female and navigating the industry. Like as far as the rap, the producers, the weirdos, and all that kind of stuff. When you're a woman, it's different.
Right.
And being able to be transparent about how to protect yourself. Like people will talk about, oh my God, you know, these guys are trying to boink me, but it's like, what are some tools do you think also, you know what I'm saying?
Like so is it more than just safety in numbers? Because it used to be like, what is it, the buddy system when you walk home from school when you're by yourself, and it's like, oh, walk with a friend.
Shit, well, a friend will set you up. I mean, my thing is, you could do the best that you could do. So what I'm just saying is that, and then I feel like there's like a one pill for all kind of thing, to where it's like there might be one person that has one perspective.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That works for 10,000 people. There might be somebody else that has another perspective that works for another 10,000 people. So I'm not looking to put a cap on anything. I'm just looking for people to express themselves and share what it is.
And where it goes, it goes.
And where it goes, it goes. If it's effective for people, great. You know, power to you. If it's not, okay, let it go and, you know, keep it moving.
Now, do you have any advice for those people just starting out in this industry on some of the pitfalls to really be careful
I
of?
think be you.
Be you.
Have your... First of all, have your integrity. Don't
compromise
ever
values.
compromise your morals, your integrity.
Okay.
There's nothing that's worth that.
Mm-hmm.
So be you.
Right. That's probably one of the biggest ones you think.
I would say
for sure.
that'll be the biggest ones, because art going to develop itself. It's just about where you find it at. So therefore, if you could find it within yourself, and I feel like be honest. Like people always trying to paint these pretty pictures. Like look at all these women now, they get the, you know, the fake booties, the fake titties. You got everybody like, you know, being fake, and it's like,
be yourself, be honest, and be vulnerable. Put yourself out there, because that's kind of what an artist is. No matter if you're singing, dancing, putting a brush to canvas, it's literally about, this is me in my truest form.
correct.
And hopefully be kind, but I'm
And then
putting
too,
it out there.
I think another thing is be willing to protect yourself, because there's some artists that don't need to show their face. There's
Right.
some artists to where it's like, okay, maybe you have a beautiful voice, maybe you don't want to be in the spotlight, maybe you could just, you know, sell your vocals. Like investigate what you want to be. It's like life is about creating yourself. Life is not about finding yourself. And that's a quote, and I can't remember who wrote it.
Well, that's
But
okay.
create yourself. Don't be afraid to go where there's no path.
Right. So it's being true to yourself.
And yourself is going to change. It's going to evolve. It's going to be dormant sometimes. You get what I'm saying? Like a human
Sure.
is so complex. It's like, be kind to yourself too.
Growing as a human being is just like it is. You're growing as a human being and an artist, and sometimes those grow at different rates.
Or what everybody sees is different.
Right, because a lot of people put a front on, right? They put on a good face or a game face, or I'm just going to get me through this day face.
All right. And nothing wrong with that either.
No, especially in our business, sometimes you have to have that game face or that business face on, because it's a tough situation. You got to get through it.
Right.
And you got to show strength and not show that weakness, because that's sometimes where people take advantage of one another.
Absolutely.
So, thank you for all the likes out there. We're getting lots of likes.
Oh, good.
So thank you.
Yeah, I love my folks. They always support me. I really do.
That's good. And so, we appreciate you guys supporting Miss Bella's first show here. You guys are going to see a lot more coming from the studio on a Monday from 4 to 6 p.m. We're going a little bit into overtime because we're having fun. We're doing what we're doing.
No, I am. And then two of my folks, like one of my folks or whatever, she's actually a midwife.
Okay.
You know, and she went through all this schooling and stuff like that. Like I want her to come in because like especially with black women, like we 3 times, you know, more likely to die giving birth than other people and stuff like that. So having alternatives like midwives and doulas and things like that. So I feel like bringing cross-cultural things into play, you know, like I feel like just diversifying the information that's out there. Like I really want to be one of the people that could connect those type of things.
Right, because you see a lot of different walks of life, and you, especially with, you know, we talked about the Bay Area, we even talked about San Francisco. It is definitely a virtual melting pot of people and ideas, and we're in a place where we can share them, so that's a good thing. What are some of the things that drove you to take this step into this podcast?
Luke.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go. You were inspired by another podcaster.
I was inspired by Luke. He always, this is a safe space for me.
Right.
So therefore, when I come, I'm excited. I'm happy. And I realize about like being around people in environments that make me feel that way. It took me a while to develop into that, to where it's like if I don't feel good about something now, I'm like, no. To where before I was just like, okay, this is an opportunity. So I went against, you know what I'm saying, like different judgment, but definitely having a place to where it's like anytime I publish a song, you know, I'll be like, hey, check this out, or you know what I'm saying. So this has always been like, this has been a home base for me. And two, it's beautiful because I get to come back home and do it. So it's like I get to come back to the city, you know, maybe I'll go to my favorite Puerto Rican restaurant after, you know, maybe I'll go to Film Wall, you know what I'm saying. So I'm at home.
You're
so
home.
It feels at home, and the studio feels at home. So therefore I felt
You felt inspired to do this.
keep it going.
There you go. Now, you're constantly working on other projects. What do you got in the works right now? Are you working on more music, or what do you got going?
Everything.
Everything.
But I be scared to say things because I remember like even the last book I published, it took me like years, you know, to
Do you
finally,
think people are trying to hold your feet to the fire kind of thing? Like,
Well,
if
I
you
don't
say,
give a damn. Can't nobody put my feet on fire.
okay, so why are you afraid to say what you're working on? You afraid that people are like, where's that book? I want that book.
No, I don't let nobody do that to me.
Okay.
But what I'm just saying is that it's so many things. At times I don't have time to like. I still have a life, but there's so much to where I'm like, I got a little bit over here, got a little bit over there, got a little bit over there, got a little bit over there. Like you could have asked me, let's say 4 months ago, like that where I would have been today. I'd
Right.
been like, you shouldn't. You don't know what might happen.
Right. And it's funny because at least with my life, I can be inspired in one arena, let's say comedy or writing, and then I won't say the well runs dry, but then you switch gears because some other project or some other thought comes up, and it's like, oh, I could switch gears, put that on hold for a minute and come back to it. And then you end up, you know, doing something else. Like here in the studio, I find myself going between different artists and different shows, but then I end up finding myself, oh, I have to have time for me too.
Right. Well, one thing I really am going to do is reestablish my my open mics. I love doing open mics. You know, if I could do them back in film, I would. You know, so that's one thing that I would really want to do again is open mic. It's just such a cacophony of fuckery out loud. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know who's gonna come and what the hell they gonna do.
Right.
You know, it's like you just get. I had one of my cousins. Oh my god, it was so funny. I hadn't seen him in a few years, and he came up there. He was drunk as a skunk, and he did this dope poem. And I'm like, but he's talented, so I'm like, huh. So he come back up and do the same exact poem. He's like, y'all thought I made that up, huh? And it was so funny, you know. So just like having all of these type of memories. Like I love open mics. I meet people. I'm inspired by people. You know, like you meet a lot of people. I done met comedians from out of state. They'll just come. They'll call me. They'll be like, hey, are you still doing the open mic at Two Jacks? And I'm like, no. I was like.
So you miss producing that show?
Oh, yeah. I loved coming home. It's like I'm at home.
Right.
So, I mean, and too, there's no feeling like being where you from.
Right.
Like I just watched Joe Coy
Yes.
And he was in Brooklyn. He from Brooklyn, right?
I know he's down in L.A. now because he's with Chelsea Handler. He's married to her. Didn't he get married?
I don't know.
Yeah, Joe
But
Coy
is
ended
he
up
from
getting married.
he from the East Coast, though, right?
I want to say he's from the East Coast.
But what I'm saying is that the joy in him. We watched the show and him, like, them people just clapping. Like, when you see somebody that's from where you from, it's a different feeling.
Right.
So I get that juice when I'm here.
Yeah, you get a little bit of
it's
little
a difference.
a little bit of pride, a little bit of local pride for the people who've come through before.
Right,
you.
and then too, you never know who will show up. Like when you in your city, it's a difference. I done had people show up out the trenches.
Yeah, I've had some unique people show up at places where I've been. I think probably the most craziest thing is probably Robin Williams walking into an open mic that I was at.
Oh, that's so dope.
And it was interesting because he hadn't been in that comedy club for 30 years. It had gone through like 5 different hands. It had changed over the years, but that was one of the places where he got his start. And it was a regular open mic for a lot of us comics, and we had already gone up. And so he came in, and they didn't make him wait.
Right.
They did make him sign the list because somebody got to keep that list, right? And so
Right.
Robin Williams signed the list, but then he went up, and the 30 comics that went up before him, including myself, it's kind of like we opened up for Robin Williams.
That's pretty dope. Yeah.
And it was kind of cool because I was hanging out with him afterwards, and he had looked. It was probably almost 10 o'clock at night, and he looked across the bar, and he looked at his friend. He goes, we should probably get going pretty soon because, And I didn't understand what he was saying, but he was actually looking at the bar and looking how many people were in there. And as soon as he walked out, the entire bar emptied. They literally followed him out to the street.
Oh.
And he stood there with every single person and either said hello, shook their hand, took a picture with them or something. He literally was telling his friend, oh, we should probably leave now because when I walk outside, there's going to be 45 minutes of me saying hello to people.
Oh, that's smart. That's very gracious.
Right. I mean, he could have easily just got into a car and left.
Right. I have a very unique story about a comedian.
Okay.
So I'm sitting in front of my grandma's house. I'm on my big old Toshiba satellite, and I see this guy, and I'm like, he's walking down fucking Steiner Street.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hey, you look just fucking like Jim Carrey. Now, mind you, I've been boozing, so I ain't gonna lie, I was really tipsy. So I'm like, you look just like fucking Jim Carrey. So I walk over to him. So we're talking. I'm like, oh my God, you sound like Jim Carrey too. And he was like, I've always wanted to be an actor. And I'm like, for real? I was like, well, you definitely his doppelganger. I was like, you look so much like him, and dude, your voice sounds so much like his. You could be like his stunt double, and then who should be it? So I'm sitting there.
Was it him?
Let me tell you, I know it was him, so when Twitter came out, when I finally got one of my folks, Sick YG, he had told me about you need to get on Twitter or whatever. So I thought about that story, so I tweeted him something. I tweeted him that damn story, like, I know you remember me. But the next tweet I have, he liked it, and I'm like, I know it was you. I mean, there was no way it wasn't him, because I remember telling him, even though I was a little girl, I remember my grandma would take me to go see his movies, and I would be like, I'm gonna marry Jim Carrey because he's so funny. And I remember telling him that. I was like, dude, I used to tell my grandma when I was a kid, I was gonna marry Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, we were sitting there really chopping it up for a while in San Francisco.
So he's one of the people that I draw inspiration from.
I love him.
Have you ever seen his commencement speech from that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've watched it a few times.
Yeah, that's one of those things when I'm feeling like, okay, I need a little bit of inspiration.
He's definitely one of the pick-me-uppers.
Yeah. I like watching things like that. I like watching things like there's a guy on Instagram, also on YouTube. He's called the MD Motivator. And he'll like be standing out in front of a store with like a little sign that says, or he'll like have no shoes on out in front of a store, and he'll be like, walk up to somebody, oh, is there any way you could possibly just buy me any kind of cheap shoe, or it's my daughter's birthday, I just want to get her a card. Could you
give me $1 or
a
something?
$1 just so I can go in the dollar store and get her a cheap card or whatever. And then they'll go, oh yeah, here, take 5 or whatever, and then he'll turn around and give them like $1,000.
Okay, yeah, I do be seeing that.
And then I've seen him where he walks up to kids and gives them like tickets to like playoff games or introduce them as like one of them was what is it, singer Jason Derulo? Yeah. And so Jason Derulo is like, oh, do you like if you know who the song is, I'll give you $1, and he's playing a Jason Derulo song on his phone, and kid will walk up and go, oh, that's Jason Derulo. I like Jason Derulo. Oh, really? I hear he's going to be in concert here or whatever. He'll bring them to the concert. He'll give them tickets for their family. He'll give them cash. And then he'll introduce them to like all of a sudden Jason Derulo walks out of the store and like introduce them to the kid and stuff. So I like seeing things like that. I like seeing Johnny Depp go to hospitals dressed like Captain Jack, and go talk to kids because it's like, wow, it's nice to see people doing
great things.
Yeah, using their superhero powers for good.
Right.
And so that's a great thing. If you had that superhero power, what superhero power would you have?
Fuck.
To fuck, okay.
No,
cool.
I didn't say that. Oh, no. I did not say that. I said fuck. Let me see. If I had, like, any of them?
Yeah.
Discernment. There ain't no going wrong with that.
Okay. I would be afraid to fly. I would like to fly, but I would be afraid to fly.
See, but if you have, like, discernment, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's infallible.
It's infallible. It's always going to serve
Discernment, I'm saying, to be able to look it up, bruh.
Hey, use a dictionary. We had dictionaries when I was a kid.
No, I still have dictionaries and thesauruses. I still have mine from when I was a kid.
Right.
Yeah, because these ones now, they be changing them and stuff like that anyway. I think everybody should get a dictionary.
So I think between what we just did and what we're gonna do with your intro, we're done with your episode.
I'm fucking excited.
Aren't you excited? So you guys check out everything Bella's doing. Bella's here every Monday from 4 to 6 p.m. You can keep your finger on the pulse, but you never know what she's gonna do.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because I don't know what you're gonna do.
All right.
Because you have so many things going on in that big book of writings there. You never know. So
it's pretty dope too.
There you go. So keep writing, keep reading, keep watching what we do every Monday here for Miss Bella. We would love to see your comments down below. Please tell us how we did and how we can keep you in the loop here every Monday. I know you got some things to say.
Well, thank everybody that, has always been supportive of me, and stay tuned in. Peace.
There we go. Till next week, guys. We'll see you later.